I seen a video today of Miss Miami in bad condition, allegedly on drugs from what her boyfriend was saying, recording, saying, oh, look at her on E-pills, coming down off of E-pills, and she ain't got no other E-pills, and basically, having withdrawals, and allegedly, and then the house that she was in, they was in like terrible condition, trap house looking like, and it's, she's swinging on him in the video. She looks a little strung out in the video. She at one point looks like she's about to take a leap for the window out in the video. And I just want to put prayers out to them and send my heart to that situation, because honestly, what had me triggered wasn't really the video. It was a few comments that were laughing at it and poking fun at it. And I understand it's the internet, and the internet is a disgusting place where people say the worst things to serious situations. And who ever said that you were perfect? Whoever gave you the permission to act like you're a person that's never made a mistake before, that you have never been down bad before, that you never did anything you're embarrassed of, shameful of, that you never been heartbroken before, that you never been in a toxic relationship before, a toxic situation before. And if you are a person that none of that applied to, I feel bad for you for the fact that you have taken advantage of your blessings to never having to have gone through hard times in life. And you are blessed enough to not have to go through those hard times. And what you did with your blessing is belittle other people and act like other people aren't allowed to make mistakes or live an imperfect life. I've seen family members and friends strung out, and there's nothing funny about it. I've seen family members and friends in toxic situations, relationships, and there's nothing funny about it. And I want to take this time to say, if you're somebody that's in those situations with yourself or with someone else, because when you're with a partner in crime, so to speak, that's getting high with you, getting drunk with you, being toxic with you, being abusive with you, living down a wrong path with you, just like they say, steel sharpens steel, it goes the same for a negative light as well. So just like you could benefit off of being around positivity and driven people, you can also not benefit from being around negativity and undriven people. You can fall down that hole as well. I've been there. I've been there with relationships, with friendships, with violence. I've been there with alcohol, amongst other things and other situations. So when I see other people going through it, it hurts me to see, especially seeing people out there thinking that's funny. And I'm not over here to say Miss Miami's a perfect person or Stampede's a perfect person. We've both seen them do so many things that are shameful and that I don't support. But when I see that situation, it puts a message on my heart to reach out to people that I want to tell you, if you're living a life going down a bad path, especially if it's a relationship, you have to understand that no matter how cliche or repetitive I can ever sound, if you woke up today with air in your lungs, that means God hasn't given up on you. So you better not give up on you. And you need to learn from these situations and get out of them. And I understand it's easier said than done. Anything is easier said than done. That can apply to anything or any situation. Of course, it's easier said than actually doing it. But how many times are you going to put up with the disrespect? Are you going to put up with the abuse? See, the problem is with toxic relationships is that when you forgive something to a magnitude of a massive magnitude, something that is like physical violence or infidelity, these certain things that in some relationships, most relationships are unforgivable. But your good heart at the moment felt the need or felt the desire to forgive these things. Here lies the problem. That if you forgive a person from physical violence or infidelity, and your choice of forgiving that was the right one because it never happened again, you tend to actually can grow stronger from that. But if you forgave a person for physical abuse or infidelity or whatever you would label in your mind watching right now unforgivable, here's lies the problem. So you forgave this problem. When a problem like this comes up, that's also break up, get away from a person worthy, right? So you forgave the black eye, you forgave the bloody lip, and then someone does something here that they say they stepped out on you or disrespecting you to a point where you would normally leave a person for something here, but you already forgave this. You tend to forgive this also because you remember you look past this, so why not look past this? Subconsciously, that's what happens. Because you've forgiven something so bad. See, a lot of times you should be like, oh, hell no. I gave you a chance. I looked past this and now you did this. I'm definitely gone now. And that's what you should do. But when you get stuck in it, man, you stuck in it. It's a blender of shit. And it sucks. I don't want to put myself so much. Let me put it this way. I can relate, and not to the examples I gave, but I could relate to holding on to something because you wanted to work so much, holding on to someone because you wanted to work so much. But at what point do you ask yourself, is love enough? Right? Because you can look at Miss Miami and her boyfriend and be like, they love each other, obviously, but is that the kind of love you want? He hasn't left her, she hasn't left him, but look at them. Is that the kind of love you think you deserve? And this always comes down from self-love, self-respect, setting boundaries. If you don't love yourself, you are not going to know how to be loved by others. You can't build a house with broken tools. You don't get over someone by getting under someone. And this all applies because it all starts with you. If you're not right with you, nothing will ever be right for you because you look in the mirror and you're unhappy. And you could try to find these vices, and a lot of people, women could be promiscuous because they'll be searching through man for some type of comfort or fill this type of void that they're not giving themselves. Or a lot of times you've been mistreated in life, so the bare minimum of love is something that you accept. See, a lot of times when you see people in these bad relationships, it's because they've been through so much prior to this that when they get a glimpse of someone caring about them, they don't want to let it go. Even if that care comes with drugs, alcohol, abuse, infidelity, anger, aggression, hate, verbal, physical abuse, they'll hold on to it. A lot of times that's because we build someone on the false reality of what they potentially could be. See someone for who they are. The problem is I wish you were different, and I'm holding on to these good times, but there's 30 bad times. You're holding on to the 5 good ones. Well, guess what? The person is the 30. And we keep ignoring that. And that's why we're walking around with these broken hearts. And we're walking around hurt and in pain because we're continuing to see a person for who they're not. Stop seeing someone for who they could be and see a person for who they are. I believe in forgiveness. I've been forgiven for a lot of dumb shit, a lot of messed up shit, a lot of foul shit, a lot of pain I put people through. I've been forgiven, so I'm blessed for that, and I love forgiveness, and I give it because I've received it. But I also believe in patterns. If a person continues to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over, it's not a mistake anymore. That person is making a choice. The choice in which you said you're doing A that is affecting me and hurting me, plus B, and you're doing it again, equals you don't give a shit about me. Stop accepting that. And I see this video is going on for 10 minutes, and I hope you're still with me because I don't even know where to stop it because it hurts. I've seen family and friends, and I know I've got off topic, but the topic is still the topic of you have to love yourself, man. No one's ever gonna love you the way you're gonna love you. And if you don't love you, imagine what someone's gonna, you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there's good people out there. There's kind-hearted people out there. There's people that can open your light, open your mind to like the greatness that you have and that you might not even see. They could bring that out of you, and the potential they see in you, you could shine and soar together, and it could be a beautiful thing. We forget that. We go through these unhappy relationships and we forget that there's thousands of people happy out there. Thousands of there's actually a happy couple out there. There's actually a woman treating a man the way he needs to be treated. He's out there. She's out there. But we're holding on to the bare minimum. And a lot of times it's like, what are we asking? Don't disrespect me? Appreciate me? Acknowledge me? Hug me? For the ladies watching out there and men that could relate, do you understand how much a loving hug could do for a man that is trying to do better for himself every day? Because a man doesn't live with selfishness. Everything that I'm building for me is building for us. Everything that I'm prepared to do and that I continue to do and the hard work that I do is a reflection of what I'm trying to build and put onto our family, the woman I love, my children. This is for you. And what are we asking? You have to know your worth and charge tax. There's people out there literally taking their lives over sadness, over loneliness, over being mistreated. I'm not trying to see that happen to you. I'm far from perfect, but I'm trying my best. And that means something to me. And if somebody's out there not appreciating you and not seeing you and only wants to remind you of your downfalls, they don't celebrate your wins. They not telling you good job. They don't see everything you're doing for yourself and for them. And the harder you do for you is a reflection of what you're doing for them, building for them, loving them, thinking about them. Then let them go. Not every character in your story is supposed to continue to the next chapter. Turn the page. I had a message on my heart today, and I decided to put it here. And I hope if this was able to touch one person out there, then that's a win for me. Because I don't want to see you hurt and in pain. I've been there, and it ain't nowhere fun to be. But feeling alone and in a room full of friends and family, but you feel alone. Or in a relationship with someone, but yet you feel alone. Don't accept that. Know your worth. If a person isn't appreciating your presence, make sure they feel your absence. Protect your peace. If it's not bringing you peace, then peace.